Patria la muerte, generosa será nuestra suerte si morimos pensando en tu amor.
Whatever.
Defendiendo tu santa bandera y en tus pliegues gloriosos cubiertos serán muchos, Honduras, tus muertos, pero todos caerán con honor. Tu bandera es un lampo de cielo por un bloque de nieve cruzado, y se ven en su fondo sagrado 5 estrellas de pálido azul, en tu emblema que un mar rumoroso con sus ondas bravías escudas de un volcán tras la cima desnuda. Hay un astro de...
An epic rendition of the Honduran national anthem. And the fans are ready for this one. A packed Estadio Olimpico here in San Pedro Sula for Honduras. The same 11 that we saw in the last match for Ramon El Primitivo Maradiaga. Noel Valladares is the keeper. The back four, Reyes, Clavasquin, Caballero, Medina. Guerrero's going to be a bit of a rover. Pineda, Guevara, Turcios in the midfield. And the very explosive duo up front of Suazo and Japon. Shaka Hislop here, Shaka Hislop there. He's back for Trinidad and Tobago. Also there, including Dale Saunders, Marvin Andrews, Avery John, Kayeno Thomas, Arnold Dwarika, Brent Rahim, Gary Glasgow, Ansel Elcock, Stern John, and Stokely Mason. Rene Simoes, the Brazilian, is in charge for winless Trinidad and Tobago as they look for win number 1. We'll see if they can get it. First half kickoff is coming up. For this side, and a member of the Rochester Rhinos in the USA's A-League was killed in an auto accident early Wednesday morning, 3rd of October. 26 years of age makes it even more of a horrible twist for this side that have had so much adversity in front of them, but nothing that could prepare them for something so tragic as the passing of Mickey. As a result, Trinidad and Tobago are really pointing at this match to dedicate it to Mickey. Defender Marvin Andrews says, we'll do it for Mickey as well as our pride as a team. But priority number 1 is Mickey and his family. Honduras right off the bat. The cross coming in for Pineda. And a corner kick. Honduras in the blue and the white. Edge of the 18. Shaka Hislop here. Honduras with this fixture at home. And their final fixture at Estadio Azteca against Mexico. No, they have to get the points here, without a doubt. 3 points or death. It comes down that, and you can see the way they came out early on. That's exactly what they have in mind. Leave nothing to fate. Pineda. There's Clavasquin. Turcios. Pushed away in the midfield by Stern John. free kick for Honduras, who have had some incredible results in this campaign, including a 3-0 victory at home against Mexico and an impressive victory against the United States last time out, where they beat the United States 3-2 in Washington, D.C. Honduras now sit with 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, 14 points. Pushed wide by Glasgow. Saunders up to Glasgow again. And out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Noel Valladares. Honduras doing a good job of exporting players these days. They have a bevy of guys playing in Italy, including defender Samuel Caballero and Carlos Pavon, who play in Udinese. Caballero actually scored on the weekend in a losing effort for Udinese. Suazo also plays in Europe as we have some technical difficulties. Bear with us as we will get through this. A few signal problems as it happens from time to time in our business, but we will get you back to the action as soon as possible in the opening minutes of this Round 9 World Cup qualifier between Honduras, that need everything, and Trinidad and Tobago, that have played 8 matches, have lost 7 of them, and only have 1 point to show for their efforts. Elsewhere, Costa Rica and Mexico and Jamaica visiting the United States. Those are the 6 teams battling for 3 spots. Trinidad and Tobago, the only team eliminated from contending, as they were set adrift early, but still not a team to overlook. Costa Rica have qualified, which means the United States, Mexico, and Honduras battling for those last 2 spots. Jamaica, an outside chance, but they have to beat the United States. And we shall see. Anything is possible, as we have seen in this process already, including Costa Rica winning in Mexico. So many other interesting results. Nil-nil in the early minutes in this match between Honduras and Trinidad and Tobago. We do apologize for technical difficulties. We're working on it, and hopefully we'll have less of them as we continue. That ball won by Ansel Elcock. Short-lived possession, as it will end up in the defensive end for Honduras. Well, Honduras, as we said, last time out beat the United States. Trinidad and Tobago, they lost to Mexico 3-0. One of many just horrible results for Rene Simoes' side. In the early group stages, Trinidad and Tobago beat Mexico. And truth be told, when they got down to the 6 sides, I personally thought Trinidad and Tobago were one of the 3 teams that would classify. But it was a downhill climb the whole way, and they've never been able to regroup. And now it's too late, even if they do. Saying earlier about all the Hondurans in Italy, that would make for a good novel, you know? Hondurans in Udine! Could be even stranger, though, as Trinidad and Tobago have a player who is based in Bulgaria. Brent Rahim. That's about as strange as it gets. Samuel Caballero, one of the Italian-based players, I think the best defender in the CONCACAF currently. Maybe just a little bit ahead of Chris Armas and a few others. And one out of the reach of Amado Guevara. Shaka Hislop. Rahim. Up to Elcock. Guarica leaves it back for Elcock. Ball played up, onside. The chase for Gary Glasgow. Not to be confused with any Edinburgh. But Glasgow, who plays in the Major League Soccer. He's for Kansas City Wiz, teammate of Onandi Lau, the Jamaican national team. Pineda. Guevara. Wide it goes to Suazo. David Suazo, who plays in Serie B for Cagliari, is going to be a superstar, make no doubt. Number 7 for Honduras. Here is Suazo. Guevara. Oh, and a good save. Shaka on the spot again. Suazo with the lead and through all the defenders and looked to be on its way in. All Honduras early on. Caballero. Reyes. The ball blocked on 2 occasions before Honduras collected Medina. Saunders, Duarica. No one up ahead as everyone was defending, so Honduras will have another go. Clavasquin. Suazo. Suazo weaving his way through. Looks like a slalom skier there. Pavon. 3 dummies. Handball. Not given. It looked incidental. You certainly can't imagine there was much intent there. But our first moment of the match, if you will. Our referee is Mike Seifert of Canada. It's a Canadian crew. Look at the third dummy. The arm is just wailing out there. No. It's clearly a handball, but his arm was out there the whole time, and it was almost as if Pavon was aiming for it, which he's very capable of doing. A tremendous talent. Back from Guevara. His cross. No one at the near post. And Shaka Hislop. One of the few players based in England that came for Trinidad and Tobago. You know about Dwight York. Since soon as Trinidad and Tobago had their World Cup dreams dashed, York and Latipi, the 2 most visible players. Latipi, who plays at Rangers, ended their World Cup campaign. Raheem. Check it. Glasgow. My apologies. It comes out on the near side for Guerrero. Guerrero up to Suazo. Nicely done in the back by Marvin Andrews. This guy has got the talent and the body to be something special. Guerrero brought down. And a yellow card for Brent Raheem. Telling you about Brent Raheem, a man from Trinidad in Bulgaria. He plays for Levski Sofia. It's incredible. It's one of those oddities that makes this sport so fascinating. Hondurans in Italy, Trinidad and Tobagans in Bulgaria. Look at the split on Elcock. Great flexibility, but behind him, unbeknownst to him, Raheem picks up a yellow. Look at Elcock's flexibility here. Nice. So a moment to check on Ivan Guerrero. This is the same 11 for Honduras that beat Mexico 3-0 in their match in June. But what a difference since, as Javier Aguirre has taken over for Mexico, and they have pulled level. Or almost level. No. 1 point behind them coming in, Mexico to Honduras. Clavasquin for Pavon. Here's Suazo bearing down hard. Good defensive play in the back, I believe, by Saunders. Shaka Hislop. Not too long ago, had to be considered one of the better keepers in the English Premier League. Still very serviceable. Well, you know some other news and notes about these two teams coming into this match. Maradiaga, the coach of Honduras, will have the services on the bench of attacking midfielder Julio Cesar de Leon, who was released by authorities on Thursday after 2 hours of hearings surrounding a fatal car accident in June, which involved the player. Also for Honduras, bad news regarding their forward Milton Nunez, who was injured over the weekend in a match with his club Nacional of Montevideo down in Uruguay, and he's unavailable. So the bench for Honduras features De Leon, Bernardes, Morales, Garcia, Martinez, Suazo of the minor variety as that shot came flying in. Little smirk on the face of Shaka Hislop. Trinidad and Tobago in a bit of disarray, as you can imagine, these opening minutes in this electrically charged stadium in San Pedro Sula. Looked like it was Saunders who headed that one away. Now on the near side, Elcock. The chase, Glasgow. And a foul in the back on Ninrod Medina. And the more interesting first names you'll find. Certainly the prospects of not running into another Ninrod is very viable. Taking a bad step there was Glasgow. And Glasgow stuck around. He has a chance now. Dwarika's in! Boy, did he overcook the ball, though. Great work from Glasgow, and he set up Dwarika for what should have been a soft little cross. Instead, he really just pushed it. But he really didn't have any help. Where do you go? Maybe try and sneak it in there? The far post? Suazo. Little shove in the back. Something's got the attention of the referee. We'll have a free kick for Honduras. Honduras looking to make the World Cup for the first time since Spain, 1982. And it looked like they were on their way. But Mexico's resurgence have complicated things a bit and certainly lead to the importance of getting all 3 points here, so that Honduras isn't in a situation where they have to win in Mexico in the next round. So many different alternatives as to what could happen with the teams qualifying. Costa Rica are through, but it gets messy after that. Clavasquin, Pavon, near side for Guerrero. Taken away by Trinidad and Tobago via Elcock. Elcock just sends it up the touchline. It's been all defending for TNT. Caballero. Hislop. Back it comes for Carlos Pavon Plumer. Good run, but better defending from Elcock, who had his hands full. Guerrero. Caballero near side for Clavasquin. Played up, well anticipated in the back by Raheem. Elcock couldn't get it out. Saunders. This is better from Trinidad and Tobago, but they still can't cross the midfield stripe. Now they do. Chested, Dwarika into space. Stern John. Wide it goes to Avery John. Good cross. Dwarika was there, but only for a moment. Still in the neighborhood was Gary Glasgow. We're not done yet. But a poor cross by Raheem ends that. Last time these two teams met in Port of Spain, as Honduras win that ball back. It was Honduras victorious 4-2. Honduras have scored a fair number of goals coming into this match. They have scored 17. That's tops of the final 6 teams here in the CONCACAF. Reyes, back it comes. Pineda. Crosses it in. Intercepted Raheem. He loses his footing as he tried to clear it away to Stern John. Guevara loses it. Glasgow was the target, intercepted by Clavasquin. Quarter of an hour into this match, 0-0 here in San Pedro Sula. As Marvin Andrews has conceded the corner kick. That one hits the deck. Chance for Caballero, but he couldn't get there. Pineda, now the cross, or at least attempted cross from Torcios. From behind the defensive play by Pineda. He commits the foul. It'll be Trinidad and Tobago's free kick. Quickly it comes. Raheem. The near side, Saunders. Raheem. Stern John lifts. Glasgow. Good ball, Dwarika. Blocked by Caballero. Reyes. Pavon. Ref had a good look at it. Pavon's not done, though. And the referee very reluctant to blow his whistle, and the point being illustrated right now why you have to blow the whistle. Is this Brent Raheem being called out for that late challenge? He already has a yellow. Oh, my. Oh, my. What are we? 20 minutes into the game. Let's see what happened here. Wait. I don't know. He hadn't blown his whistle yet. The referee had not blown his whistle yet, and Raheem went after the ball. That befuddles me. As if Trinidad and Tobago needed another bad twist to their World Cup campaign. They just received one. And with about 70 minutes to go in the match, they are down to 10 men. Elcock. The cross, nobody within 10 yards of it. And it was too bad because it was a pretty good-looking cross. Intercepted. Avery John. Stern John. Little breakdancing maneuver, and then he gets it away from trouble. Saunders. Well, the red card to Raheem has invigorated this Trinidad and Tobago side as they haven't lost possession since. Almost did in a ugly manner right there. Shaka Hislop out of play. And here come the Hondurans looking to hit Trinidad and Tobago while they're down. Not this time. Gotta like what Ansel Elcock's been doing so far. Pineda. Guevara pushing forward, blocked by Cayeno Thomas. Long ball. Caballero setting it up. Medina. Reyes. The one that got away. Two yellow cards to Brent Raheem in the opening 20 minutes. And Trinidad and Tobago have complicated matters yet again. They have only scored 4 goals in 8 matches, have allowed 18. Full strength, this team is very good when they have the brakes going in the direction. That doesn't hurt either. Trinidad and Tobago would have to wait till next World Cup to see if they can make it. They were so awfully close in World Cup 90 where they lost at home to the United States on a late goal from Paul Caligiuri that sent the U.S. to Italy 1990. Reyes. Deflected. Elcock. Avery John. Still alive. Guevara blocked. Guevara shot. It's been a good stretch of footballing for Honduras as you see this opportunity for Guevara. Recently concluding the Copa America where they were a late invitee because some nations pulled out like Argentina because the tournament was canceled and then put back on. But Honduras finished 3rd. Very well. They have forever been known as the unfulfilled prophecy of Central American football, a nation that has the resources, has some players abroad, but can't seem to put it together. Blocked nicely. Saunders. Guevara. Reyes. Guevara, he's had all the offense so far. Leads it to Suazo. Free kick, Honduras. Well, I'm a little smoked a bit that all my information about Bulgarian football is going to waste now that Brent Raheem has picked up the red card, but oh well, got to sneak a little bit in there. Great chance for Honduras now. Up a man, they've got to go for the jugular here. Is there a substitution? Danilo Turcios is on his way out. And in comes Julio Cesar de Leon, the man we were talking about, who plays at Regina. Very exciting player. Pavon. No. You can only imagine Turcios picked up a nick or something. Or perhaps Ramon Maradiaga wants a little more firepower in that midfield, knowing that his team's up a man, knowing that he has to do the damage now. Don't give Trinidad and Tobago hope. Don't keep this match 0-0. Into the locker room, Trinidad and Tobago will see that as a huge victory. They played pretty well, though, since they've been down a man. Glasgow. The touch. Stern John had a look and a good one. Gary Glasgow left it nicely, and Glasgow taking advantage of his time as the number 1 choice with Dwight York and Russell Larapi not available. Reyes on the right. Brings it back off the left foot. Stern John. Dwarika has a step on the defender. Dwarika brought down in the midfield circle. Free kick. TNT. Glasgow into the corner. Makes the run. Still going. Heading in the wrong direction was Thomas, and he was dispossessed quickly. Guevara. Space. That's a good ball. Here's the cross. Just over the head of Pavon. Headed back. Saunders. Avery John. Intercepted there by Reyes. Now he moves it forward. De Leon. About half an hour into this match. 0-0 in San Pedro Sula. Trinidad and Tobago are down at 10 men as Brent Rahim, very efficient work in getting a red card. Suazo. Guevara. Got to be quicker here. You have numbers. Guarica. Guevara deflects off Suazo. Everyone back defending for TNT. Suazo, too strong. Caballero. Oh, Pavon saw something. It was the right choice. Knocked out of there by Andrews. There's a whistle here away from the ball. And we'll have a stoppage, as I think there's going to be perhaps a substitution again. That time Pavon was trying to head it across to a charging Ivan Guerrero. And that's Gary Glasgow, and he's being replaced. They're taking out one of their forwards to fortify the midfield because of the red card to Rahim. Rene Simoes thought about it for a while, didn't he? As in comes Artis Whitley. What a strange match already. 30 minutes in. Red card. Both teams have made a substitution. Coaches are taking over. What's going on? Corner kick for Honduras. This is De Leon. Good weight to that one. Guerrero. Reyes. De Leon. Try to get crafty there, but well defended. In the back by Stokely Mason. Guevara, it's through! Suazo! Shaka Suazo! Great ball for Suazo, but in the end it was Shaka Shaka Shaka! A big man using his body and made himself even bigger to deny that one. Suazo immediately got another look. It ended up harmlessly wide. In the bottom of your scene, you see Ramon Maradiaga. Can't like the way things have started here. His team a bit stale. And there's going to be a foul against Stern John. De Leon. He's going to make Suazo work here, and Avery John just touches it out of play. Caballero. Duarica. He gets it wide. Joined by John of the Avery variety. Duarica. Looking for Stern John. Clavasquin cuts it out, and Honduras have the ball as we're about 35 minutes deep into this first half. Guevara. Now he has a creative element teammate in De Leon. Throw in for Honduras. Guerrero's cross. Marvin Andrews, very steady. Medina. De Leon, quick move wide. Here's the cross. It was a blind one. It gets through. Pavon! You had to wait a second in the end. The heart can be removed from the throat for Trinidad and Tobago as there was a handball. Look at this cross. That's how you do it. Oh, lovely. Oh, and Pavon. Carlitos. Caballero. Suazo. Guevara. The spear tackle almost by Thomas. Stern John has moved up as the lone forward. It's a very strange formation here for Simoes. Almost like a 3-6-1 or a 4-5-1 maybe, depending on where Elcock wants to be. Nice tight ball, Guevara. Oh, De Leon, scintillating stuff with the touches he's getting in. Here he is, the volley. Oh, hurt me. The artistry that De Leon has with that ball, he really thumps this one. Guevara to De Leon. Keeps it. Look at the change of pace. De Leon! Permit me a pause to applaud, folks. De Leon showcasing everything in the bag of tricks. In the midfield. This first half is winding down. And 10-man Trinidad and Tobago Opening some eyes with their defensive effort here. Suazo, he's through. Suazo, the corner, or the cross in for Guevara. Well, you know, it may be 0-0 at halftime, but because of Honduras' lack of trying, they've had 5 or 6 peach chances. And is that Marvin Andrews again? No, Thomas. Cayeno Thomas. The corner straight on. Reynaldo Clavasquin, the defender, was up for that one. Vaya, that is one of the first times we've said his name. All the way across. Guerrero, Caballero. Pineda. Reyes. Space, Guevara. Trinidad and Tobago tightening it up defensively. They're keeping a watchful eye on Suazo in particular. Where before he had a little bit of space, now Marvin Andrews and company right on top of him. Medina. Reyes. Duarica. Normally a forward, but kind of liking him as a midfielder here. Caballero. Honduras taking some major chances here with their defenders staying up in the attack. Apparently don't feel much of a threat against this 10-man Trinidad and Tobago side. The cross, great air, but he mistimed the jump. Pavon. We're into the final 5 minutes of this first half. Honduras have yet another corner kick. And why not? De Leon has been wowing them here. You figure he has some magic still. Too much on that one. The teammates all looking at De Leon like, what are you doing? How quickly they forget what he did earlier, but that's the way it goes. Honduras in a desperate state. Trinidad and Tobago, even without York and Larapia, have to be taken into consideration here, even though they don't have a win. It was almost an aberration what happened in this World Cup qualifying. A couple bad breaks happened, and they just never responded. There was some bickering between the coaches and the players, and there was issues with Dwight York's side in Europe and Rangers for Larapia. Just a bad scene all in all, and one of those things that you finally said, that's it. We'll just play this thing through, try and get some positive results, and we'll wait till 2006. It's not a perfect science, this qualifying stuff, but one element you need is the breaks. Pineda. Guevara. Quickly, they close the gap on him. That time it was Saunders. Back. And Shaka Hislop prevents yet another corner kick. Mike Seifert right in the mix because he gave the red card to Brent Rahim. Starts to slow down for Reyes. A lot of contact from Avery John. Reyes, a very exciting player on that right side. All the good work Maradi has done, yet it may come down to the next 45 minutes or so. Stern John, Tuarica, back to John. And Elcock. Tuarica, Valladares had it gauged perfectly. Medina. A triple step over by De Leon. Maybe he overdoes it a little bit, but it works in his case. Suazo, we are heading into stoppage time in this first half. Reyes' cross never threatened. And you can sense in the crowd they're getting a little tense. De Leon. This explosive offense for Honduras, unable to crack through just yet. They have everything in their favor. Guerrero. Down he goes. A look. And Elcock walks away from the scene as nothing happened, and that's got the agreement from Mike Seifert. Let's take a look. He was beaten there. Well, I won't touch it. But if there was a penalty kick here, I wouldn't be up in arms. And Elcock is down. Thankfully, halftime is right here, so give him some time to walk it off. They can ill afford to lose another player here of his caliber. Elcock, another MLS-based player. The goal kick now for TNT. Looks to be one of the final plays of half number one, as Rene Simoes has done the job so far, keeping his team in it. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Free kick for the visitors. TNT in the World Cup qualifying here. We're hoping that the Caribbean would continue steamrolling as was started by Jamaica for World Cup 98 when they qualified. Instead, Central America has improved with Costa Rica on its way, and perhaps Honduras as well, joining them. This region always seems Mexico, USA, and who else? And it might be the case this year, too. Nicely stopped in the back from Thomas. Really calm, solid defending from Trinidad and Tobago. No panic. And they're not expending too much energy here. Caballero again becoming an offensive fixture. He hooks up with Suazo. Caballero now plays it through. Pavon chesting it down. It almost gets through to Guerrero. Throw in TNT. Elcock, and that's the last play of the first half, and surprise, surprise, All the bad cards you could possibly deal were handed to Trinidad and Tobago over the last few months. It continued here as Brent Raheem was red carded. However, at the half, with Honduras in their last home match and needing to get full points here to keep their World Cup hopes feasibly alive, it's 0-0 with TNT. We'll be right back with halftime. Honduras had 90 minutes to get the job done. It's now shrunk to 45 minutes. They may get help elsewhere with Mexico playing Costa Rica and Jamaica playing the United States. I am Max Bretos. Glad to have you with us for our World Cup journey, our qualifying journey right now. But very shortly, we'll know more about who's going, who's not, who's going to be playing who, as the draw will come up in December. It's an exciting time to be a fan of the sport of soccer. Reyes. There were no substitutions at the break. However, as you can recall, there were two during the flow of the first half, with Julio Cesar de Leon coming in for Danilo Turcios, Gary Glasgow being replaced by Artis Whitley. And both were formation-wise because of the red card to Raheem, not injuries. Whoa, Pavon! Kids, that's why you've got to learn to use both feet. You could have used that, the left foot, squeezed it in there, went to the right. But a good start for Honduras to open up half number 2. 10-man Trinidad and Tobago, not really looking like a 10-man outfit. Comes wide, Reyes closes quickly. And it might be a corner kick here. It is. To see that again, to see if in fact last touched Avery John. Julio Cesar de Leon. His last corner was below par. Let's see if he puts a better offering in. Not really. Looking for that first post, and it was headed, but to no avail, by Reynaldo Clavasquin. Clavasquin now defensively. It has been all Honduras. This time backing in is Suazo. Free kick, TNT. We do apologize throughout for some technical difficulties we have had. I can tell you the best is ahead. Looks like our engineering crew has worked out all the funks. Reyes trying to get as much ground as possible. He goes down in the 18, but he lost it on his own accord. Goal kick. Very athletic, very quick, very strong Honduran side. Pineda. Out of reach of Caballero. Duarica. Caballero recuperates very nicely. he gets that shoulder up on you, you're not going to win that battle. Built like a keg. Pineda. That one rolls out of play. Pineda's ball went awry. Oh, and a big free kick for Stern John, as it'll allow Trinidad and Tobago to collect themselves. Not exactly the excitement that we saw before the first half kickoff. Some concerned faces, and when you're concerned and worried, kind of deflates the stadium because everyone's chewing on their nails as opposed to cheering the home team. Can't do both things. Long ball by De Leon to Pavon. He's been held. Guevara, advantage played. That's good officiating right there, as Pavon was mugged. Honduran with an inordinate amount of chances. They have another one now, right in front. 32 yards out. De Leon there, as is Guevara, and it's De Leon. Oh, palo! Reyes! And this time, Guevara's chance well over the crossbar, but woo! Julio Cesar De Leon again. Got it over the wall and hit the crossbar square. Oh, it was underneath the crossbar. Extremely close for Honduras to get that first goal they so desperately need. This is what Shaka Hislop saw, at least somewhat. That was maybe 3 inches away. Offside on the far side. It's Ivan Guerrero who's been roving around. That's the spirit. Agonizing these World Cup qualifiers for the fans. The stoppage here, and there is a replacement. Reynaldo Clavasquin, the defender, will come out. Saul Martinez comes in, so more offensive firepower. You got to let it all hang out now. And that's the second substitution of the day for Honduras. Reyes has been extremely active. Centered in, and it's going to be a corner for Honduras. Had about 10 of these. De Leon, you figure he's warming up, and that's the best corner of the day. Palo! You can't be serious! Guerrero's shot, they'll have another corner kick. Oh! The humanity of it all. It was actually Guevara who put that one through, and it was Caballero, I think, who made contact. Another good ball across. Guerrero tries to separate. Onside, Guevara. Space and time for Elcock. Saunders. This is dangerous. And I think it's going to be a foul against John. Are we going to get the trifecta of crossbars? Throw in for Honduras. Medina. Touched away, but only momentarily by Mason. Gets through Suazo, ill-advisedly, and Honduras have another, and a yellow card as well has been presented to Avery, John. It's the third yellow card for TNT, but two of them went to Brent Raheem. Right now, Honduras have to be asking themselves, what other methods have we not used in the area of close calls? Pavon. Oh! That was a mini palo. Turned into target practice for Honduras. If only they could just force it down ever so slightly. Maybe if gravity would, who knows, something. Here they come again. Suazo. He's got plenty of numbers. It was actually Caballero. The Suazo was the target. De Leon. Ooh, he's giving it away. Plenty of space here. Saunders. And a nice break as well from Stern John. Caballero says goal kick. Stern John says corner kick. And Stern John must have seen that coming. Suazo. Reyes into the 18. Soft cross. Awkward clearance, but effective. I believe it was Stokely Mason. Short corner. Trinidad and Tobago were not ready for it. Reyes. Pineda. Elcock. Takes a corner. Elcock. Steaming run, and oh! Wide of the near post. Stern John was with him, but Elcock had only eyes for the goal. Put a scare into Valladares if nothing else. But how about that Honduran defense? They got back very slow. Honduras cannot forget to defend here. That's through. Nice run. Mason. Oh, TNT getting some chances here. Whitley was the man who brought it up in the midfield. It's all happening right now here in San Pedro Sula. Suazo to Pavon. Pavon almost was through. De Leon. Now Martinez, the man who came in about 10 minutes ago. De Leon, soft touch. Oh, at the far post, just wide. Shaka Hislop, I think, thought it was well wide, but then second-guessed himself there. Oh, through the legs of Marvin Andrews. It's absolutely amazing the way Honduras have done like a Harlem Globetrotter show. That they can't get the ball in the net. They've done oohing and eyeing. We're about at the hour mark now. Stern John. Duarica. Apparently that ball deflected, so a rare corner for TNT. One of their best performances. The fact that it's in Honduras makes it even more incredible. Duarica. Easy clearance. De Leon. Nice. Suazo the first touch. Guevara thought that Martinez was offside, I believe, so he took it himself. It ends up in the very safe hands of Shaka Hislop, who unloads a cricket bowl near side. Duarica. There's the whistle. Whoa, they're through. Stern John, one-on-one. Stern John, goal! Stern John has done it! A remarkable turn of events. Trinidad and Tobago on the ropes, receiving blow after blow. And they've just delivered the sucker punch. Sloppy defending across the goal mouth. I believe it was Elcock who won the ball in the midfield, and suddenly Trinidad and Tobago, who have gone 8 matches without a victory, lead Honduras in Honduras with about half an hour to go. And they did it with 10 men. Can't even put it into words, folks. I did not see this coming. Shaka. You could hear a pin drop in this stadium right now. Trinidad and Tobago have been the punching bag for all 5 nations since February. Here in October, they may be getting the last laugh. Still a long way to go. But Honduras, trying to bank on winning this match, they may have to just salvage a point. In it goes Martinez. Near side, it's out of play in front of Stern John. Suazo. Reyes. Only the 5th goal in 9 matches for Trinidad and Tobago. The 4th goal for Stern John. That, of course, going back to the group stage matches when Trinidad and Tobago were red hot. Goal kick now. This is just a remarkable scoreline right now, and the kind of back-breaking result that could all but knock out Honduras from any World Cup hopes. Which is unfortunate in its own right because they've come so close to scoring here. Twice striking the crossbar. Shaka Hislop has had to make 4 or 5 one-on-one saves. The attacks have been one-sided throughout, but hey, as we say, justice and football aren't exactly on speaking terms. First goal that Trinidad and Tobago have scored since they were at home in the loss 2-1 back in June, which was 3 matches ago. De Leon, deflected, corner, Honduras. When Brent Rahim was red carded in minute 20, if you told me this would happen 40 minutes later, I would swear it'd be straight out of a science fiction novel. De Leon again has to be precise. They've hit the crossbar again. Palo! Unbelievable! Next time Honduras play a home match, I think that crossbar is going to be about 6 inches higher if they can sneak it in there past the regulations. Because if it was today, they'd be winning this match 3-1. Stern John. Almost getting it through to Dale Saunders. Now Honduras. We're about minute 70. Check that, minute 65, my apologies, as De Leon moves in. A little bump. And a goal kick. No need to panic just yet if you're Honduras. You've got to put together a wise game plan. Get the touches in. Hopefully you can salvage 2 goals. But even now, 1 goal would be a relief. Remember, the USA, Mexico, as well as Honduras, all in a deadlock right there. Look at this throw. Duarica. Reyes. De Leon, he's cut it in. Cut it out, I should say. The cross misses everybody. Shaka Hislop with another goal kick. We knew Trinidad and Tobago were not as bad as the standings would indicate, with only 1 point in 8 matches. But no one's come to Honduras and gotten a win. Honduras has had great success in San Pedro Sula or Tegucigalpa. They did lose to the United States, I should say, early on. Guevara when the United States were full strength and the class of the qualifying. They beat Mexico 3-1 here. They went to Tegucigalpa, lost to Costa Rica. But Trinidad and Tobago has pulled off a more impressive result here. We're going to take it again, our Canadian referee, Mike Seifert. Played through by De Leon. Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Dropping both players. And we'll get a whistle here to take a look at their condition. Be interesting to see what Maradiaga is telling his players. Maybe heads collided there. Yep, they certainly did. It was Dale Saunders and Pineda. And Saunders is the man down, and it did look like he got the worst of it. Rene Simoes is wondering, we can still blow this. For goodness sakes, let's make sure we seize the day, seize the moment, as he talks to the ever-steady captain Marvin Andrews. Stern John has a potential game-winning goal, but the defense of Saunders and Andrews and Avery John and Mason, those guys, Whitley when he came on, kept it 0-0, frustrating Honduras, which set up an attack that allowed him to score the only goal of the match. Reyes, got to give credit to where it's due. Suazo. Out of play. Goal kick. That one deflected by Pineda. Duarica. More defending coming up for Trinidad and Tobago. Reyes. Now they'll try the left side. Just needs to come up with something. They've shown so much. Oh! Shaka, shaka, shaka! If it ain't the crossbar, it's Shaka. Together, they make a wonderful team. De Leon, who has been very dangerous. And the dig by Hislop. Duarica. Good run there by De Leon. And he's got a corner kick. We have about 20 minutes to go. What a bizarre match we bear witness to today. Long ball, Stern John Duarica to seal the deal. Oh, he turned the wrong way. Oh, but is this a penalty? ugly stuff in the penalty area. Either way, Honduras get away with it. Reyes. Duarica with an open goal. Not quick enough to pull the trigger. Martinez, the cross! Well, at least it didn't hit the crossbar. They've dodged more bullets, Trinidad and Tobago, than Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. Offside, De Leon. Hard to make heads or tails of any of that. Avery John. It's through, but brought down by Honduras. There must be a huge disparity in time of possession. De Leon. It finally gets through, but it took forever to get there. Reyes. This guy's got a tank that is always on full, skimming the near post. They have mixed every which way but loose. De Leon looks to pull more strings. That's a well-placed ball. The cross could have been a shot. Applied by Suazo. This Honduran side could do no wrong. Winning in D.C. to beat the United States side, it looked like their World Cup hopes and dreams were secure. But how quickly things change. Guevara. Good defending in the midfield. Now Duarica has a step. Not going to force anything when it's 2-on-4. Now they can spread it out. Mason. Now Saunders. Poorly delivered ball, so Honduras eventually get it again. Lifted into the 18. That was Martinez, I should say, and it is covered by Shaka Hislop. Hint of a handball. Martinez works the angles very well. Remember, we got that cross in moments earlier. Suazo now. He's got a free kick. 20 yards out. And that gets the crowd going. About a quarter of an hour to go. Carlos Pavon, who has 12 goals throughout World Cup qualifying, will not participate in this one. Guevara, De Leon, Reyes there. It has to be 20 or 10, you'd figure. De Leon or Guevara. And it's Guevara. Oh, palo! It has gone from the ridiculous to the sublime. I'm at a loss for words again. This is remarkable. I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen... Again, on the underside of the crossbar. What is keeping those balls up? I guess any minute now you're going to start thinking it's not your day. 4 times, all in the second half, mind you, Honduras has struck the crossbar. What are the odds? He doesn't even want to think about it. This is the kind of result, if Trinidad and Tobago hold on, that will live in lore in Honduras as one of their darkest days. The day of the crossbar. And how it foiled Honduras's World Cup dreams. Where does he get off? Anyway, we're well into the final quarter of an hour of the match now. Honduras have a substitution if they want to make one. There's a man down for Trinidad and Tobago. There is Milton Reyes. Amazing. Looks like he hasn't even started the game yet, and he has been running non-stop. Looks like it's Stern John there. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago already down to 10 men, so they'll be at 9 men at least for a few seconds here. Reyes. Good chance to hit the accelerator here if you're Honduras with Stern John out of the picture. Pineda. Medina. Lifted there by Mason. Medina takes his time, doesn't want it to cross there. He leaves it to someone who's better up to it. Looking for Reyes, who made his cut. Still Honduras have it. Pineda. Guevara plays it in. For the sanity of Ramon Maradiaga, I suggest they hit all the balls low from now on. Pineda. Suazo. Honduras very stagnant now. The cross and further along from Elcock. That's better. De Leon, great first touch. All sorts of time. The cross. Too big, Shaka. Is it just me, or did Shaka Hislop perhaps pick the wrong sport? He could be a great pace bowler in cricket if he continues throwing him like that. I wouldn't want to face him. Suazo, the 1-2. Suazo deflected by Duarica. Nicely done, Elcock. Minute 80. Stern John is back out there. Here's Reyes. Reyes centering himself. It gets through. Guevara. Ah! Oh, Shaka! This one almost hit the crossbar again. Well, not in fact. Elcock. Shaka Hislop in the neighborhood of 12 saves. 4 more saves from his crossbar. Duarica. And they're going to put it out of play. There's a man down. I'm going to take a wild guess it's for Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of heads hanging low for Honduras. And you can see Caballero now walks around and tells everybody, let's do it. We have time. I don't know how many more struck crossbars these players can take, though. Hard to imagine that this was done just out of the blue. Marvin Andrews said they were dedicating this match to their fallen teammate, Mickey Trotman. And what a dedication. What a brave effort by these guys. Of course, Mickey Trotman, as we said at the beginning of the match, killed in an auto accident on the 3rd of October in Trinidad. And Trinidad and Tobago, who had not won a match, come out with a performance like that. It's very touching. Hard not to pull for them. To put Honduras away here in the final moments. I believe we do have a substitution. Amado Guevara is out. Ricky Garcia is in. Here is Ricky Garcia. Almost. There was an assortment of players in the area. Sal Martinez almost got the touch in. Garcia. Pineda. And that's it for substitutions for Honduras. Garcia keeps it himself. Struck it poorly. How big has this man been? And a inspiration to those players who did not make the trip, who forsook their nation in some way, shape, or form. Speaking of Dwight York and Russell Latapi. Certainly there's no reason to play for it, but there always should be a reason to wear your national colors, regardless of the situation or the scenario. Garcia. 1 against 3. Gets it wide. Lost. Sturgeon. And he does get the throw in right in front of the Honduran bench. The minutes ticking away. As we're into minute 85 now. Honduras 0. Trinidad and Tobago 1. The goal scored by Sturgeon in minute 61. Perhaps one of 2 or 3 shots Trinidad and Tobago had in this match, as opposed to the 20 or 25 that Honduras uncorked. A tie in this match would have been unjust. Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know, they've done it with mirrors. A lot of heart, certainly. A lot of guts. And a good game plan. And they're very close to getting win number 1. Garcia. Wide of the near post. It's going to be a goal kick for Shaka Hislop. Well, in the final matches of World Cup qualifying that will take place in November. Honduras face the daunting task of going to Mexico. A Mexico side that's going to be trying to battle to get into the World Cup. Here's a good run by Suazo. Garcia. Takes a nice hop for Honduras. Courageous stuff by Shaka Hislop as he collides with Saul Martinez. No way he was letting that out of his eye. The good news for Honduras in that match is A, Trinidad and Tobago won in the unlikeliest, or it appears they're going to win in the unlikeliest scenario here. And Mexico, who are never beaten at home, actually lost to Costa Rica in this World Cup campaign. Trinidad and Tobago will end their World Cup campaign, I hope, to heroes welcome after what they've done here against the United States in Port of Spain. Shaka Hislop unable to clear here, so Saunders will take care of that. Through again they come. De Leon has a sea of blue and white jerseys in front of him. Guerrero. Martinez. Pineda. Good pressure in the midfield here. It does get through now. Left off. Pavon! Pavon! Still alive! Reyes. Garcia. Remarkably, they still got another chance. Do they have another one in them? Shaka Hislop. On the left side, Williams, Pavon! You won't believe it! You will not believe it for the 5th time, Palo! Someone is playing a cruel trick on Honduras. This may have been the closest of the bunch. That's the first opportunity with the kick save by Hislop. And this is the one that unbelievably... You had to see it to believe it, folks. He had the stroke on. It was heading into the top netting. Somehow that crossbar, with a mind of its own, got in the way. In that World Cup, in the final in the United States between Italy and Brazil, where Gianluca Pagliuca saw the ball hit the post and gave it a kiss. That should be a practice that every goalkeeper does after what happened here today. Because I tell you what, it does have a mind of its own. And apparently a sense of humor, too. We're heading into stoppage time now. Very shortly. The unbelievability of it all has probably kept the fans here sane to some degree, as opposed to hungover with depression. Shaka. Reyes puts on the afterburners. The cross. In it goes. Martinez, and I think it was Saunders who took food out of Carlos Pavon's mouth. He was just about to strike it. Still time for Honduras. Garcia! Goal kick for Shaka Hislop. It would have been incredible if they hit the crossbar a couple times and maybe hit a post 2 times. But it's hit the crossbar pretty much at the same spot every time. Magnetic force. Ten-man Trinidad and Tobago in one of the wildest matches that I will say now in the history of football. Free kick, yes. This has to be one of the last chances. De Leon. Shaka Hislop locates it, grabs it. Put it out of play, the teammates say. And that's it, I believe. Celebration has begun on the sideline. Trinidad and Tobago, in the most incredible of matches, down to 10 men after losing one of their teammates to an auto accident, have rallied, scored a goal in the second half. Honduras struck the crossbar 5 times, on and on and on, and their World Cup hopes may be gone. 0-1 in favor of Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be back after this.